again in the month of March. So that was the time that this company came in my college, and it had a package of 12 plus LPA, and that is base package. Stocks are different. I applied to the company and my hard work bear fruit, and I got selected, and I got the news in the month of April that. So hello all, my name is Rahul Singh and I am a B.Tech CSE third year student at GL University Mathura, having specialization in machine learning. Talking straightforward, I have cracked a 12 plus LPA job offer, and that is a remote job, and I am currently in third year of my college. So being a tier 3 student, that sounds crazy, right? Look, it is not that easy as it sounds, and it's not that difficult that you might be thinking. So let's talk about my journey, like what resources I used for my preparation, when I seriously started for my placements. Is my job offer is an off campus or on campus, and what I am doing right now. So all these related queries I am going to answer today. So first of all, I would like to discuss with you my journey in brief. So in my life, I got introduced to programming in my 11th standard. That in general nowadays most of the students are taking computer science instead of PHE in 11th standard. So I chose that in my 11th standard back in I think 2018. So that time I had C++ as a language. So I learned about C++, I learned about SQL, and I found that time a lot of interest in web dev. So I decided to learn about HTML and CSS. So by the time I ended my 12th standard, I had a decent experience with C++, HTML and CSS. And I have built few of the projects like tic-tac-toe or something like that. It means pretty cool stuff from a point of view of a 12th standard student. So that was my brief intro to my programming, which was in my 12th standard. After completing my 12th standard with 93.6% in PCM, I decided to take a drop for IIT preparation and went to Kota, but that didn't work out actually. That's a long story. We will talk about that in some other video. So fast forward, I took admission in GL University Mathura in computer science branch, and that time it was 2020, and that time it was COVID. So generally college is open in the month of August, but I took my admission in the first year, and that was, I remember it was the month of December. So I took admission pretty late because of colleges and stuff, and I was not getting seat in a decent government college, so I decided to pursue B.Tech in a private engineering college. Since I had decent experience in programming from my school time, so I didn't study that much in the first year of my college, and that was too online. So I decided to explore out different things like freelancing and video editing, graphic designing, and some of the stuffs like that, because I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and at that time it was a trend to explore some of the different topics other than studies. So I went into freelancing. I majorly went into video editing and worked with some of the startups in India and made some money in first year of my college. So fast forward till my second year, I became a decent freelancer as a video editor, and I was making a decent money. But in the mid of the third sem, I had to make a choice to either do my freelancing more seriously or to get serious about my placements. So this time I chose placements because I knew that if I put some of the efforts in placement, I can crack a decent placement too. So seriously, I began my journey in mid of my third semester. You can say in the mid of my third semester, means just 2-3 months after the starting of my second year, I started my journey. So that was a short journey of my first 3 sems in the college. And now let's talk about what resources I actually used during my preparation time to crack this placement. So first of all, I decided to cover the basic topics related to the DSA, and that too in Java language, because in my college Java was preferred. So I decided to pursue with that, and also Java is a good language, so that was not an issue. Before answering this question, I would like to request you all to take a pen and paper with you and to note down what resources I actually use. Look, the path can be different for all of you. There can be different approaches, but I think the resources that I will be sharing will be more than sufficient for you to crack any decent placement in India for current scenario. So I started preparing for DSA from Kunal Kushwaha YouTube channel, and that is one of the most amazing channels that a beginner can get, and he teaches amazing. So I covered most of the basic topics of the DSL till binary search, and I think I remember at that time he completed till stacks and queues. So I completed his videos till there, and I covered each and every video of him. There are about I think 40 to 45 videos of, we can take an average of 1 hour duration. So that channel contains around 45 to 50 hours of content, and I consumed that in 1.5 to 2 months I think, with practice and along with the questions on LeetCode. So I worked on those topics with a decent speed too, because I had to cover a lot more topics, and I knew that there is something like advanced DSA also. For resource number 2, for the advanced DSA topics, I refer to the channel of Striver BA. So most of you must be aware of if you are preparing for DSA. The topics like tree, graph and dynamic programming I covered from his channel. His channel is amazing. I covered that during, I think, my summer vacations of second year. I completed tree graphs and recursion and all those stuffs, and also JavaScript language. I learned about that in my summer vacations of second year. At that time I didn't had any internship, so I decided to work on my skills so that I can get a decent placement in my third year of my college. So I decided to prepare really hard, and after the end of my summer vacations I was decent in DSA, I can say. I had completed around 200 to 250 questions on lead code and of different topics. So now that was a time for me to build some projects and make some contributions to open source and enhance my development skills too. Since I am a student of B.Tech CSE and I have also specialized in machine learning in my college, so I was getting mentored in machine learning from the very first year of my college. So I was pretty decent in machine learning, so I decided to give web development a chance, because web development is something that most of the companies ask in my college. So I decided to pursue towards web development. So resource number 3, for web development I refer to the channel of Free Code Camp. That is an amazing channel for development, for any kind of development like Android or machine learning or all that stuff that I get confused to, or I know nowadays that is trending to. You can get that on Free Code Camp, and one of the best tutors in the world teaches there, so you will get amazing quality content. So I refer to that channel. Some of the few channels I also remember, like Llama Dev and some Code with Harry also. So I refer to these 2-3 channels for web development. I completed JavaScript, React.js and some of the web dev, Firebase, etc. So one more thing, I haven't done backend till now, and I have cracked this offer. So this is my job of a front-end developer as well as a machine learning engineer. So I haven't done backend till now. I have learned React from Free Code Camp channel. React I have done pretty decent up to the intermediate level. So I am quite good in React.js. So these were the resources that I actually referred to and I followed them. You can also try out. So question number 3, is my job offer off campus or an on campus? So see, what happens in most of the colleges in India is the placement season starts from 7th semester, but in my college it starts from 6th sem. So that is in the end of your third year. So in January 2023 my placement season started, and I started to apply to numerous companies. I remember I got selected in the very first company I applied to in the first round, actually, not in the company. And I cleared up to 2 to 3 rounds, but got rejected in the second last round, I think. That was a technical round, and I felt pretty bad that I wasn't able to clear that, and its package was, I think, 10 to 12 LPA. That was its range. So that was a decent company, but I couldn't clear that, and I was very demotivated at that time. And I also remember that I applied for a 8 LPA company in my college, and I got rejected in its first round. That wasn't my fault, actually, because that company was asking for Angular developer and I was a React developer. So I think tech stack didn't match, and I didn't study that job criteria carefully. I just blindly applied to that. So I remembered a lesson: just don't just blindly apply to the companies that are coming to your college. Just read the job description, read about their requirements, job locations, and there are a lot of stuff. We can make a separate video on that too. So talking about my journey, I restricted myself to apply to all the companies that were coming into the college, and decided to give myself some time to prepare on the basis of the interviews that I failed to clear. And one more thing I would like to mention, that the break that I took of 1 to 1.5 months to give myself the time, that time I prepared the small subjects like operating system, computer networks, and verbal quant aptitude, etc. These things also matters a lot during the interview preparation and during the HR round or the DD rounds, etc. So you need to take care of that too. So I give myself 1 to 1.5 month, and I decided to apply again in the month of March. So that was the time that this company on which I am working, Opus Studios, came in my college, and it had a package of 12 plus LPA, and that is base package. Stocks are different, stocks and other things are leave it. So that came in the month of March, and I applied to the company, and my hard work bear fruit, and I got selected, and I got the news in the month of April that okay, you are selected. So there are around 1500 students in B.Tech CS in the third year of my college, and the company selected 5 students, so I was one of those, so I was pretty happy. So that was my selection process. And talking about how many rounds in the company, what was the procedure, that is a different thing. We will talk about that in some other video. So that was just an introductory video of myself and how I prepared and what I did and how I got selected. It's not like I got straight forward selected. I too failed in 2 to 3 companies, then I got this offer. So it happens to every student and it will happen to you too. So the main thing is we should learn from our failures. So we should try our best always. And what I am doing now, so the last question of today, what I am doing now. So right now I am working as an intern in the same company. That is a 12-month internship period. We can say it's a training period, and I am getting a stipend, pretty good stipend. And that's all from my side today. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment sections. If there are many questions on the same topic, I will try to make a video on that too. And follow me on socials. To get advice from me, you can directly DM me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Whichever platform you prefer. And I am really available to you guys, and I would be more than happy to help you. So I will be catching you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.